Has reality acid caused a sacrifice in your life? These days, sneaky auras are everywhere. That's why you need Naturalize. Naturalize stops those blue shenanigans instantly, allowing you to get back to your natural state. Naturalize. Don't let reality acid affect you.
Available at all fine Singer superstores.
Propaganda, propaganda, it's a time for propaganda. Time to grab your brews and your commons. Propaganda, propaganda, open up your best ideas. Time to watch deluxeicoff brew a deck for you.
Ahoy! Yes, there are no aquamoebas here. There are no platypuses, which are surprisingly poisonous. But thank you for joining me nice and early. We are all about otters and aggro. So I called this Otter Aggro. Based on my Blue Blitz build, we're running 18 lands, probably one too many, but that's because we're running 3 foils and we need something to do with those extra lands because once we get to about 2 or 3, we're good to go. This is all about evasion. We got 4 Delvers, 4 Spellfists, which anytime you do anything, it's unblockable. And this guy can be blocked, but my goodness, is he a lot of fun when you throw Clout of Dominus on here. Got all 4 of these in here just to keep our stuff from getting messed with. Everything gets Shroud with the blue thing, but with the red thing, you get a 5/5 out of the blue with haste and Shroud. So it's pretty cool. And hopefully before you do any of those shenanigans, you might be able to Shadow Rift it. I did have preordain in this build over the Shadow Rift for a while, and I was just looking for a way to really power this through when those late games come through. I went with the Cryptomancer because we were a little creature shy with all the edict effects running around there. I was thinking of, Apostle's Blessing and such, but I haven't played this card very much or at all, and we're giving that a go. We got 4 Snap and 4 Vapor Snag as our removal. Mutagenic again with the Tempest Angler, just immediately a 5/5 gets out of the way of a Galvanic Blast with just 2 life to go. And one of my favorite sleeper cards that nobody else plays. I love this card so much, Infiltrator il-Kor, especially with this. You got a 4/2 with Shroud on it with Shadow. It's pretty cool. And what I was running into is I was running Counter Spells main, and this is more of the tap out build, right? You're doing everything you can, especially like when you get to 4 mana and you want to throw this on there. If you've got a foil backup, it's so much better feeling than waiting 2 more whole turns and dying before you can back it up with a counter spell and stuff and get 2 for 1. So anyway. Good. Probably you ought to be killing me. This might step through. Alrighty. Yeehaw. Anyway, we're going to it's a lot of fun. In our sideboard, I got 2 Annuls, I got 6 blast effects, 3 Campfires. It's a pretty expensive sideboard. 3 Relics and 1 Echoing Truth. I was running Aura Flux for a while, but it was more of a flex, like, hey, look what I know. And I was like, you know what? We lose to Boggles. Outside of that, I'm going to just see how we go here. So, another selfish good news. Look at this gold medal. Speaking of the Olympics, we got first and went undefeated in our Pauper League. Not Pauper League, our Pickleball League. It starts with a P. Nice weighty little medal there. And I was going to show a picture at the top of the show, but it's a Pauper show. But I have to digress a little bit, keep you guys a little up on the things there. So, went undefeated, got first place, all the good fixins. All right, I'm going to keep this. We can always shadow their creatures if we need to. We'll keep this. It's also fun if they have some sort of must block effect. You can always use Shadow Rift on it, like with the Deathblade Elite sort of thing. It's like, I'm going to lose my creature? Say no. Woo! Thank you. Pauper Ball League. Yeah, there we go. It was cool because my wife got off of her injury and was just on the edge of wanting to play. You guys know what I'm going to say here, right? The one deck that you almost don't see anymore, and I said at the top of the show, I got rid of Aura Flux, and the likelihood of us seeing Hexproof was pretty low, and here we go with the first play of the game. Yeah, it is, but Shadow Rift's never a dead card, especially with 4 mana here. Little trick, you definitely want to try to keep an island in your hand after about turn 3 or 4. For when you do top deck a foil, it's a naked card. After 4, you can just hard cast it and stuff, but for the most part, it's better for the trick value there. So, all right, well, typical of a stream, we immediately run into our absolute worst matchup and have really no answers in the sideboard other than Annul. So I bet you fried liver poked in. Oh, that's our opponent. That's right. To see if you're streaming just long enough to see what your list was and to complain about what our bad matchups are, right? It seems like that. That would make a little more sense than for how often that happens. Not like there's 7 bad lists, right? It's like I point out one, and that's always seems to be the first one we run into. which used to be a big thing when I used to do the leagues on the stream. Boy, we were getting slept left and right on that. Hey-ya. All right, the Dominus has shown up. We'll suspend another one. Not that we're really going to need the Clout here because it's going to help their enchantment count for things like masks, not so much the ethereal armor. And we're not really worried about them removing stuff. I guess, you know, maybe they could forget that it's out there and cast a Journey to Nowhere and have to target one of their own creatures, but... All right. Man, I was just watching the men's and women's finals in gymnastics. Please don't spoil anything because I didn't see Brian, the guy from... the last thing I saw was the pommel horse expert from Ireland. Guy just killed it. Man, that was a clean routine. Cannot explain you how hard pommel horse is. Imagine like doing all the setups you can do, spinning around, holding yourself up while doing it. It's just the most unnatural. Just it's horrible. Just like this first game is going to be. Woo. Well, unless they get a Armadillo Coke, we'll be all right. I showed my son Rainbow Stairwell, which is one of my favorite formats. And we built 2 kitchen table decks together and had a good old time doing that. He just destroyed me the first one, so I'm trying to make good on some extra moves. All right. Well, we've got plenty of stuff to do here. Let me... you know what? It's redundant, but I want to draw some more cards. I'm going to Shadow Rift this. All right. I'll throw this on here just to do it. Bloop. And then I guess we'll float this one too. I don't think we're winning this one, guys. Yeah, that's attack. We can't block. I don't mind redundancy as long as it draws a card. That's the only creature with Shadow, and we drew 3 out of the 4 of them. That's pretty crazy. Only good news is that they haven't drawn an Armadillo Cloak yet. Take 5, or is it going to be a lot more? It's a lot more. Oh, we got one more turn to go. We can't even do our mutagenic trick. Darn it. Would have been nice to have a foil there. Although we would need another card to pull that off, right? The little all-in strategy with Infiltrator il-Kor is the Shadow, you know. Gets in for free, but it also can't block. So, yeah, we're dead. I'll write the L already unless they forget to attack or something silly. Interesting little icon there. Other than a fade away here, even then they could just lose the lands and go from there. But this list can kill pretty fast. Surprisingly resilient. We'll do the thing, see what we draw, and then give up. Boop. See it. Cast without paying the cost. There we go. Boink. There's a Delver. We could block that, but then we die to the 1 here. Oh, that's frustrating. All right. Conceit. Let's run off to game next. I'm going to bring in this and these. I don't believe I'm going to need Campfire. These snags and stuff are going to be kind of silly. There's so much we could lose. I think I'm still going to keep the plan here just in case we go crazy aggro on this thing. I guess we're going to lose 3 of these. I mean, they might bring in some sort of a deterrent as far as, but I can't really see ourselves needing to snap our own stuff. Maybe I should just go Relic and just draw cards. I think that might be a better call. I mean, I really don't want to see much of these. We're bringing in Relic just for the draw ability here. I would normally maybe suggest Campfire. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't suggest it because they just gain too much life and they hit too hard. So 2, it's not that big of a deal there. Although, you know, if we had 1 more life last game, we would have been able to block and win. But that's a lot of scenarios. There were 8 cards that were missed. We'll rock like this and see how we do. Like I said, don't expect to win this one. A lot of fun, though. And who doesn't like to say the sentence, Otter Aggro? Would you like to play first? Yes. All right. We've got a nice little curve out here. We'll keep this. Going to try to play very disciplined with that Annul. Wait around turn 3. Don't want the cloak or the mask. Anything else I think I can let slip. It's a strange piece of artwork, isn't it? Snooty. Snotty. Yes, this card, Varric, my favorite Avatar Korra character of all time. Iroh's my favorite, but if you go to the Korra universe, it's this guy. And do the thing. So I asked my son. He spent like 4 hours designing it and like, you know, coming up with like the perfect makeshift flavor and everything. And a lot of people, what's the new red fire blast creature? There was a lot of people that noticed that as far as the what do you call the similarities of those two, and that's spot on. That's exactly kind of what he was going for. So thank you for that. Hail Propaganda, the undisputed rulers of Pauper, PCM 975. Thank you for that. Good to have you with us. I don't think I said your moniker before. All right. So yeah, we were sweating it in the finals of the Pickleball League. Because of the way the ratings happened, we had to face the fourth team in the semifinals, and they almost got us. We only beat them by 2 points, and we were having some rough outings, and then we brought it and clobbered everybody. All right, what are we showing? Yes, one of our weak cards. We don't want that to go down. All right, I'm not too worried about. I'm going to suspend this now, and we're going to play sit around and counter stuff math after this, because we'll be able to bring out our Spellfist, one of my favorite creatures in blue. Love this dude. You just can't block him. I sure wish it was +1/1. That would be really nice to get around some removal spells, but hope it ends up being part of a cycle. Yeah, who knows? Okay, so Hana, the evasive mama, has shown up. Yeah, looks pretty feminine. Here we go. Never really looked at that card very closely. We did the spoof on that. Sohana's Ledge Walker, like window cleaning business, I think it was. It was one of the first ones. It's like, look at Ravnica, man. There's a lot of windows to clean. You're going to need some specialists, right? Oh, what shall we do? I can block that if I need to. Maybe I shouldn't have played the island. I'm not sure. Let me do... Someone tells me to bring out... I'm going to bring out the Delver. If that flips, we're going to have a blocker here, and we're representing Counterspell, which is somewhat accurate. So many windows to clean. Makes Microsoft nervous. Woo, good times. Keep counting down the weeks till I'm unemployed. We're at about 4.5 now. I'm a little worried because that first show of my let-go-edness, I'm going to have to switch to my old monitor, and I've never used the HDMI input. So there's a very small chance I might have to have a hands-on loud show, as far as like you might hear the fan nearby if at the last second I can't make it work. And there's going to be a few Saturdays probably in September and October that I am not going to be here for. I can race this. We're going to let this go. I'm not too worried about Umbras or that. It does have first strike, so there goes our Delver smash hit ability. Might be taking a road trip with the guy that helped me make the original Propaganda song, since I'm going to have this time off. That's what I really regretted about surfing in and out of jobs and being unemployed for 6 months here, 6 months there, whatever. Besides being a breadwinner and it hurting kind of your ego, I was kind of looking back. I learned a lot, and I was just like, you know what, I should have, in the guise of wanting to save money, I didn't want to go anywhere. I mean, I would do a lot of healthy stuff, like, you know, walk to the ocean and back every day and stuff like that. But I really, looking back, I'm like, because the second you get a job, you're just like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. You know, I can't take that much time off. And it's like, that's when you need to do it. So I'm going to try to focus on that. So long story short, the guy that helped me make the Propaganda song, going through a similar life struggle right now too. And he's got to go up to Northern California to do a bunch of little odds and ends. And that's where a lot of my friends and family are, almost all of them. And so we're just going to probably do a road trip, but I just don't know when it's going to be. So here we go. Here we are. Infiltrator revealed? No. That's a pretty good draw, though. Okay. This is a new thing where it keeps asking. I'm always terrified that I'm going to click through doing this thing. Okay, there's 7 damage. So we draw another one, which I like. 2 damage. I don't think Vapor Snag is really going to do much. This is going to be on their turn, so I'm going to favor the suspend move here. And we're going to attack again. This time for 7. Take that. They're dead next turn. All right, let's keep our hands off F6. That I don't like. You think they have another? I don't like the life gain. I'll try it. Boink. Now if they got Armadillo Cloak, I'm going to be just sad. All right, cool. Hey, it's kind of a win already, winning one game against Hex, because we don't really have that much firepower against them. This is such a dead card. I have to get rid of it. When I saw it, I was just like, what's going on? You know what? I think I might bring in these because I can bring in these and just target lands to fire up Spellfist. In that sense, we should probably just fill up our list here with stuff that'll actually work. All right, we're gonna get rid of the Vapor Snags altogether. I'll bring in the snaps. What, for our own creature? Maybe I can block like a 10-10 with the Delver, snap it, stay alive. I don't know. This feels like losing magic here. Let's bring in our Campfires, not for the life game. We're just trying to not have dead cards in our hand as much. And we'll get rid of one more because we don't need it. Actually, I'd rather have a Campfire than a Relic, just in case we have a 1-point life swing here. So now we don't have any dead cards. We've gotten rid of our... Where's our other Vapor Snag? Do we still have another one in here? Or did it just double up? Oh, I hate when it does that. It's like, come on, stay together. Okay, a lot of dead stuff here. I guess we'll do a superstitious shuffle. Go like that and hope for the best. Yeah, I don't even want to see Snap or Vapor Snag in this matchup. We didn't see any tokens. I'm sure they've got a few, but they probably took out those cards to make room for other stuff. We win this one, I'm going to be over the moon. This is like an all-life. We don't have really much of anything here. I think I've got to scoop this. I've got a turn 2 play. These are kind of irrelevant, and they can help our opponent out. I think I'll keep this. We got an early Delver. The foil's just a no-go right now, though. Maybe I can race them. I think I got a mulligan this one, too. Because this is a no-go. This is a dead draw. I'm going to mulligan. We'll keep this, throw back both relics, and hope that that angler just gets massive. Saiba Cryptomancer. Good luck getting through a class 7 proxy ward, creep. We'll keep that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Done. Gainsay, counter target blue spell. Yeah, when the Odyssey block constructed, that was like the go-to sideboard card. But that's an uncommon, I believe, unless it's been reprinted. Bonk. Cool. I really don't mind seeing that. I'll do that. Be kind of cool if we can use that Cryptomancer as removal. We get like a 3-1, Rancored creature coming at us. Maybe they're afraid of Annul. Who knows? It's a timely Annul, that's for sure. There's another one. Okay, we don't have flying, so that's not going to be a thing. All right, there's a Delver. I like that better. Bring this up because I can eventually block that. Do I want to enchant it now? No. I don't. Got to pretend like we've got Annul here. Doesn't feel good here. Any mana. I want to see him stuck at 2 here. I can keep up with that, but if they drop another land here. In other words, if a 3 casting cost enchantment shows up in the next 2 turns, we'll probably have lost unless we just top deck Annul right here. Trying to hold on to this island as long as I can. If I draw another one, just kind of keep one in hand in case I do grab a foil. It's frustrating when it's called foil. People think I'm waiting for a shiny card. No, the card foil, which went up in price like crazy. I was surprised. Must be being used in some format I'm not familiar with. Okay. We got about 3 turns. Yeah, a foiled foil. That might be a good little song or something like that, right? All right. What's this card? Hopefully it's just a land or something we don't care about. We've only got 4 turns as it sits now. We're not hitting very hard yet. This might change things, especially if it'd be neat to wait to turn 4 and then just do it all at once. But Echoing Truth, yes, I like that. Well, that suggests we can get out of something, right? Ooh. Technically, I could block Silhana, right? This is interesting because I could block Silhana, throw off the Umbra at instant speed, and then do the thing. But if they have any other enchantment, we're kind of screwed. So I'm going to play aggro here. We can't block that yet. I'll just play the Angler and I'll try to outrace. If they got... I'm going to save this for a must remove, like a mask. We can still survive a mask hit and an Armadillo Cloak, so I think this is the right decision tree here. I don't care about trading Delver for Silhana. I just don't. The first strike is what I would get rid of. You know, they'd get in, what, 1 damage, and then they'd be out of creature, because they're almost hellbent now. I really want to see a land. I want to see constant lands from our opponent. Okay, damn it, there it is. 2 turns. They know we have Echoing Truth. For each enchantment on the battlefield, yikes. I think I have to wait till their turn and they're attacking before I bounce that. This might be close. 1 card in their hand. It's not a land. That's the bad news. Okay. We'll do the thing here. Whoosh. Doing that. Always yield. Here comes a 5/5, soon to be an 8/8. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I can't do that. Cancel that. I'll say this one. Haha. Boink. Here comes 11. That'll be a 7/7 after Echoing Truth here. Now, if they have another mask, well, no, if they have another mask, that's fine. We'll wait for it to hit, and then we'll do it. There's a Rancor. 2, 4, 5. Damn it. That still gets us, doesn't it? Yep, they got us. Double Rancor, 2, 4, 5, 6. It's just enough to kill us. That's frustrating. Maybe some shenanigans here will make them forget to do something. I don't know. We'll go like this. Bloop. Is that a mistake? If I moved Rancor, that's still 2, 4, 5. Did I screw up there? If I got rid of Rancor, that would be 2. No, because of my Clout, it would still kill me. It just got us. That was a fun game, though. Here they come. 1 swing away. Boink. We start with an L, but that was a fun, very close. But yeah, our own Clout ended up being, otherwise that technically probably could have grabbed Rancor and had 1 life and done the thing. But then, you know, we wouldn't have been that close to killing him either because that thing gets out of control real quick. I love me some Cloud of Dominus. It's one of my favorite multicolored spells in Pauper. Just love it. Yeah, if we get a creature, this is great, but I got to throw this one back. Mulligan. All right, we'll keep this. 17 is probably where the lands need to be in this list, but when you start adding foil to it and just what the deck demanded, I want to be able to mulligan aggressively. I think 18 is a good call. We're going to keep this. Got plenty of lands here. I'll say done on that. Drop a Delver and hope for the best. Should be a pretty fast show today. Every time I say that, we go to about 3-hour mark, but yeah, my problem with that math too was that our own Cloud is an enchantment, and if we don't bounce the mask, then it gets the +6 from the mask and the Umbra and the Clout. So resculpt for this list? I don't believe I did, sir. Infiltrator, we'll say no. We'll pull this off. Let me see here. Red. I'm just going to power this dude out. We're going to attack. We're probably losing a land or our Delver here really quickly. Hey, one of those resculpt, it might even be resculpt, actually works on infect creatures. My son was saying where you can instantly have a 4/4 because it doesn't lose I guess the infectability or something. Okay, well, they're going to have some blocked flyers here probably in another turn. So let's hope this flips now. It's Eldrazi. Gruul. Do this here. All right. What are we showing off here? Delver, you want to... Yes, we want to show it. Boink. It flips. Here comes this. We're good to go. Now, do I want to save that for the thing? I think I do. We'll just bring out Spellfist. I'm going to have a whole lot of fun in another turn. Now, this is a list where... double check this doesn't have reach. I know the Gruul one does, but I just wanted to double check. All right, we strike first. Our Spellfist is going to get pretty large next turn. I'm going to be able to swing for about 9 or 10 next turn. Nothing to sneeze at. Any more lands after this? Probably just going to hold in case we top deck a foil. However, at this stage of the game, you can also just play the land and hardcast the foil, but that's since everything in our hand is free right now. That's how you also want to design this kind of a build. Meet in a tavern. They think they have a lot of time. This gives the illusion of like, oh, it only hits for 1. It doesn't. It hits for a lot. Olivant. Is he going to sack the token to do the thing? We'll see. Yeah, we want to get rid of that Chrysalis. We don't want that blocking our Delver, so I don't mind taking 3 a turn. All right, here we go. The caffeinated man is here. Boink. Isn't this when it comes down? Yes. Let's go. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Boom, 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 boom. Hi. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can just Mutagenic Growth that too. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to keep developing here. I was going to do a crazy turn here, but this is just going to cascade into just crazy prowess for everybody, so we'll go like that. Again, Mutagenic on that Tempest makes it a 5/5 like that. It's just nuts. Gets rid of, outside of maybe a Skred or black removal, you just, it's over, baby. There's Skred math on the board. I think here comes something big and nasty, which we will promptly bounce. The caffeinated man is here. Ay. I got diarrhea of the mouth, that's for sure. 10 seconds later, I don't even remember seeing it. I like the prismatic little whiskers on this capybara. It's interesting. Almost like a prismatic capybara. What would that creature be? I guess it would. You could cast it for any color mana or something, or sacrifice it to add all the things, right? Okay, let's do this. Boing. Get big. Always yield. Always yield. This is what the first matchup was supposed to be like. See, you get a meta deck and then you do the thing. All right, I guess we can just power out this dude too, right? We'll bring out the Angler. Sure. I'll do that. Now we don't really have any blockers here. We'll get through with that Angler. He's probably going to block with the spawn token. At least I would. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's still going to survive unless he blocks with Arbor Elf and that. I doubt that with an active Wild Growth Sprawl land. There we go. Might as well use this offensively. They're dead. We'll do the thing here. Boink. Our Angler survives. It gets 2 counters, 1 for each. Our Spellfist shows them the error of their ways. And the W. Boink. It's a good matchup for the bounceability of such. This is going to be pretty cool having foil for the big fatties, because it's about this is a very timed out list. Things are going to go that route. This is when Shadow Rift, maybe on a Delver, is actually going to be able to be a thing. Again, you can always end of turn their own stuff, make it Shadow, just draw a card out of the deal. I feel like we're pre-boarded here. I don't think I really want to bring in a Hydroblast. What would I lose it for? I love this. I love our bounce. Maybe I go one of these, and I'll bring in 2 blasts. I think that might be all right. I always prefer blast because you can just target anything. Doesn't have to be red. It can be a land. just to maybe get that last little prowess trigger in there. So I see one land, and that is not enough. I have 18 in this when it should have 17 for this reason, and it didn't help me out. Mulligan. No lands. Mulligan. Come on, list. No lands. Mulligan. Again, I point out we should get flooded, not this. Keep 3 effing lands. My God. I guess we go like this. Done. Hope we draw into a land and we could do something with this angler. Yikes. I don't think we're winning this one, guys. There's a Cryptomancer. Not doing us much good here. Yeah, I was considering keeping that extra land. Rather, still want to represent a problem here. Sometimes I go off on foil too quickly. Really like to wait for those alpha spells. This is rough. Triple mulligan. All right, one more land and we're good to go. I guess in a weird world I can just run into that. I don't know why I'd want to, though. 4 mana. Does he have the thing? He's going to snap the token, and here comes Chrysalis. This is a good scenario of when if we did have Counterspell, this would be a thing, but this isn't the deck performing optimally, so I don't want to, wage that against the other here. You know, I could wait for him to do the sacrificial thing. Maybe I should. Yeah, I guess we'll wait. Christ Hollis. Come on. Hit me good here. There's that. There's that. Are we stopping a big 6/3 pirate? Yep, we are. I guess we wait till the Cascade shows up. It might be something we're a little more worried about. At least this way we get to kill that. Yeah, let's kill that. Boink. Pauper Wrangler. Pangolin Wrangler. Good morning back at ya. We got a 5-turn clock here. What's going down? Let's get some bounce going. Another Hydroblast, maybe? Yikes. Not looking good here. Guess we could throw the Cryptomancer in front of that thing and... Hey, we got a 5/5 with haste on our side, but we got to survive long enough to do it. I think I'm just going to throw this out there to do it. So I've got some sort of blocker. Yeah, this is getting ugly quick. Boop. I love flash. It's one of my favorite mechanics on creatures. Boop, boop. Let's go. It's a 1/2. Look at the value. Oh my goodness. We're scooping. I needed a land there. I figured with 3/8 lands and our thing we would have been all right, but we triple mulligan that game, so our deck was not doing us any favors. I did like seeing the Hydroblasts. I think the things I'm most worried about are those, so I'm going to abandon the foil plan altogether. Going to go with all of our bounce, and we're the Chrysalis is blocks flyers. And I want to kill that and the pirate and then everything else I can just snap. Chrysalis is devoid. That's right. I am mistaken. Thank you for that. Back to 2. Thank you, Mindstab. That is a very, very good point. You get so colorblind, you just see the thing. I think we're all right here. Let's try this. Boop. Should have done a superstitious shuffle. Come on, Tempest Angler. Otter Angler. Let's see 2 lands. 3 maybe. 4? All right, we'll keep this. Very flooded, but they have shown the Ponza colors. Can't really do too much here. Super shuffle-stitious. Yeah, that is a great example of the devoid thing of little trip-ups that I'll have, because such a visual person, I'll see that color and I'm like, oh yeah, it's the thing. Do the thing, not that thing. Yikes. All right, rocket start. Here we go. Ramp's interesting because you can't really do too much about picking on it, right? I mean, you can't really bring in a null against it. It might shine once or twice in 10 games, but it's just not worth the tempo loss. It's neat when you can design a deck with that kind of balance. I'm going to pretend that we've got something to think about here. We do not. Do the Otter thing. There's the list, courtesy of Chimpskey. Thank you for that. Johnny on the spot. Woo! What do we got here? More fatties. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, they whiffed on that. Problem is, even when that whiffs, it's just like, well, now they got even more stuff. So who knows? Maybe this will do a thing. It's not doing us too much good here. Back up. Hype. Do that. Unless they got a Phantasmal Bear we can kill. We're good to go. All right. The bounce package has shown up. We're feeling good with the dude here. Be nice to get a Clout, so it's just almost can't beat it, but we've got double bounce and a whole lot of other good stuff, so feeling pretty good. They can block with that token. That sucks. We're going to keep this island in our hand as long as we can in case we do draw the foil. We do have 2. All right, Cyclone showing up. I like how arrogant this Otter is. Casting 9s or casting spells. Ain't no one better than me. Woo! Beautiful. I love the hat and the eye combination. It's like this Simic variant. I was thinking of playing a Quandrix Pride Mage so I could have, like, you know, 5, 6, 7, and 8 version of this because it does the same thing but just with the spells. But what you gonna do? Boy, they're really hurting for red mana. Didn't get anything with the end. No, they just got a forest. Interesting. Stuck on green. Maybe their hand's red. Who knows? Really consider going up to 19 lands in this. If you wanted to like add another foil, I might make room for yet another one. Snap the creature, get a counter. I might just do both. Clear the way. Nix that. All right. There's still a couple of turns, unless they have a natural mountain. I don't know if they're running a basic mountain. Might be able to power out that. Got to keep one of our snaps around, right? Okay. Alrighty, let's do the thing here. I'll snag this here. Attack. Do the mutagenic while I can. Rummage through the couch cushions to get a counter. Love it. Paya. Pow. That's a pretty big Otter. Sweetly. And once we bounce the Chrysalis or do the thing, we'll be able to do more stuff. I'm going to keep that island. It just does nothing on the board. Might as well make them think we've got goods. I mean, we could just drop it and hard cast a foil, especially since we do have Snap main, but I prefer to keep it. I think it does more to their psychology than playing it out. Pangolin Wrangler with the couch joke props. Keep them coming, guys. Woo! Snow covered. I prefer this one over this Kaldheim's Forest is so much better. The one that they came out with when the Astrolabe was printed kind of looks like a urine vignette. There's just so much yellow in the forest that just kind of looks seedy. Like all the animals went #1 on nature. I've got it somewhere. Okay. Still no red. They're going to drop the forest or cycle the elephant. This is strange. All right. I'm going to snap OT here. I'm going to do it. Doink. And you have blockers for days, which is this strategy kind of sucks for that, but hopefully I can find like a Shadow Rift or something like that, right? There's a snag. Digging that. All right. I'll attack here. Really need a Shadow Rift right about now. Okay, everything here will die. I don't know why I played that land. I just said not to. It's okay. We can hard cast foil at this point. Haven't played too much with this list. No stranger to this style. It's very weak to red. That's why we really load up on games 2 and 3. Cycling. Do they have a basic mountain? Is the question. They do not. Boink. When are they going to drop? Oh, they pitched that. They pitched that. This is back in their hand, as is the Chrysalis. All right. Well, made short work of Gruul. Outside of a triple mulligan, that was very painful and frustrating because, again, if I was playing 16 lands, I get it, right? We're going to get screwed. When you're supposed to play 17 and you play 18, that's when you're supposed to be flooded, and that's not what we saw. We want to play first. Guy Who Walks Alone is our opponent, one of our favorite friends. We're going to mulligan this. Hopefully we see some more lands. Good. Keeping this. I'm going to throw back the island. Statistically, that is the correct thing to do. Say done. We can always either Vapor Snag or Shadow Rift EOT on their creatures if they have any. Probably our number one submission person, Guy Who Walks Alone. I think we've played like 4 or 5 of their decks over the last decade. Always bringing it with some pretty flavorful, awesome stuff. Really worried about this. Swamp always equals cast down or edicts, and we don't really have too many answers for that. That's why I was running Cryptomancer too, so we just have something. Okay. Bit of a ramp strategy here from the Portal 3 Kingdoms set. Search your library for a force card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. You actually just put it out there. Good times. We're just going to roll with it. This is when you really like to see red because you bring out this guy and they think, oh, I got a Galblast. I'm going to... Nope, Mutagenics there. But I think we're just forced to do this for tempo's sake. Throw it out there. Be cool to get a Clout here. Keep it safe. Or like a Delver. I actually like seeing this. It suggests that this guy will live. Uh-oh. No, it won't probably. Hey, all right. Yeah, Corrupt. That's a good call. I haven't seen this list. Maybe someone in chat has. Yes. I really like seeing this right about now. Well, Delver. Do I snap my own Delver for the counter and then replay it? That would be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny. I've already got that. Nah, well, I guess we'll chill out here. All right, let's attack. Doing the thing. We'll do here. Do I want to Shadow Rift here? I mean, it's probably going to have we've got double bounce here. Let's go for it. I'm going to do it now. We'll just get the extra card. We'll get an extra counter. We'll hit a little extra harder. Good times. And now we'll put that on there. And anything that comes through, we'll be able to do that. Plus, we're edict proof now. So let's throw this on here. Boink. Yield. It's going to take a lot to kill that. Double edict, maybe. So we've got double ways to get things off the field here. Oh, that's true, Chimpskey. Yeah, I think the first round opponent and this round know what we're playing, so we're at a disadvantage that way. All right, looking for maybe a swamp and 2 edicts. If they don't play a creature here, we are good to go. Gosh, if that Delver doesn't flip, it might make sense to snap and Vapor Snag it. This is just all ramp all the time. We've got 10 damage. They've got the extra ability there. Just going to flip. Want to reveal it? No. Go like this. That's 8. Yeah. So what? Snap the Delver. 8. This is a little reckless, right? I should probably just hold on to this stuff. I mean, we're going to do 8. They gain 4. Let's just attack here. Good old Campfire. Frustrating card. Let's see, Campfire. That's when you want more of like a steel sabotage plan. Of course, that only bounces 2. Gotcha. They gain 2. There we go. All ramp all the time. The corrupt plan coming through. We're representing counterspell, but they know we're not playing it because they were watching earlier. But maybe we have foil. Well, that sucks. We do have a nice target, though, but this suggests that they can do the thing, meaning like they hit for 1 and then edict. That's really going to suck. No on that. Well, let's Vapor Snag that. All right, cool. Let's see, TRL, black control. We've got a Campfire. I don't think this is going to be worthy of a Campfire. I like our foil. Jaredgel, thank you for using those, my friend. And we saw a whole lot of ramping going on. I think we're going to just lean on foil here. Probably going to get some hand manipulation. I'd imagine they're going to have some duresses and stuff. So that'll suck. We didn't see really any removal. This just seems like it's just go big and smash. Cryptomancer might be a good call for like edict effects. I got to keep my creatures in. The only thing I'm considering here is Annuls. I just don't know what I would want to lose. So we'll do the superstitious move and go like this. Bloop. We lost to Hex. It was super close. And we beat Eldrazi. Now we're up against one of our good friends. All right. I like this hand a lot. Keep. Lead off with a Delver. Followed up with a Spellfist. Left all the way to the bank. Hopefully we get a foil. Got a duress? Yep. Here it comes. Not too damaging. Wow, Mind Step Throw. That's a pretty cool hand. So they take out the Vapor Snag, suggesting they have a creature. All right, here comes Delver. It's going to get awfully fat via Mutagenic, which we might need to save if they're running like a Tendrils plan. I'd imagine if they're going... Somebody in the chat suggested Corrupt, which it does feel like a Corrupt style engine with all the ramp into just basic swamps and swamp producing lands. So I'd imagine with that, you're going to want to stay alive a long time. So we're probably expecting 2 Spinning Darkness, maybe even all 4 Tendrils. It really varies, but... What do we got, Delver? You going to rat on us? Nope. Let's see. Do I want to double flip a rat here? Something tells me to pull this off. I'm going to do this. I'm going to imply that we have some way of dealing with 1-mana counterspells here. I'll play a Dark Blast. Actually, that's a real card. What was that one? Doesn't that have Dredge on it? It's like modern. It used to be a modern staple. It was an arcade game called Attacks. It was like a super hardcore checkers with like blobs and stuff in the arcades. And one of the main, it was like a cephalid grandmaster, and he had this visage that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, come on. No, damn it. No, god dang it. Well, hopefully they're on the edict plan because we've got a lot of insurance for it. I'm going to bring out the Spellfist because it can live through a rat. Courtesy of Mutagenic, we got a lot of stuff that's going to live through stuff, but for right now, we're feeling a little weak sauce here. Oh boy. Drown in Sorrow. Crypt Rat. There's a lot of stuff that kind of ruined the day for us. All right, they have reached, whatchamacallit, math. Tendrils math. Nope, that's not an instant or a sorcery. Nope. Frustrating. But it's a thing, and it's a non-creature spell, and I've got the this for if they have a edict effect. I mean, a what do you call effect? Tendrils. It's kind of what I'm waiting for here. We'll yield here. Here comes the Tendrils, I'd imagine. Snuff out. Well, we've got the answer for that. Cryptomancer. Do it on here. Okay. It lives. So that's 6. We could make it 10. I don't want to, though. Now we've got Edict Food via the Cryptomancer. Hard-casted Snuff out. All right. Probably would have double Mutagenic there had they gone all in with the you-know-what plan there. Come on, you bastards. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Now I've got yet another way of getting away from Tendrils math. Attack. Yumba. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to pull this on here. And I'll do this on here. Both of these are tripping the Clout. Do we have it? Because we can respond with Vapor Snag. Hey, all right, cool. Boink, boink, boink. Crunch a bunch. Here we go. Round 4. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Good times. The coffee is wearing thin. Guy who walks alone again. I hope it's a different list. Maybe not biased. I prefer to keep things a little more mixed up. So if you're ever in the game chat with us, please, we'll keep this up. Like this hand a lot. We can do a whole lot with it. Looks to be a different list, so good on them. But it still swamps. The new Otter is pretty snazzy. Yeah, if you put Cloud of Dominus on it, it's a number 1. It's pretty sweet. Thanks for joining us, my friend. All right, we got a nice curve out here. I'll drop this. Probably keep one of those islands in our hand. That Cryptomancer is going to probably do some good if this is another removal list. This looks to be the same list. Oh, no, this is a different list. Definitely different. We have a lot of bounce. So I'm not too worried about this. I don't think it's foil worthy. So we're just going to bounce it and make all their investment go away. So they know that. So maybe that's a bit of a folly, but yes, there's our bounce straight away. Bloop. Let me do it now. Just for sheer tempo's sake, untap 2 lands. I'm going to flip or suspend this. We'll be hitting for 6 pretty soon a turn. Pretty hard to deal with. We can always pitch the other Delver to the foil here if something barbaric happens. There he is again. All right. It's a tempo deck at its core. Put a +1/1 counter on something if you sacrifice it. So that gets it +2/2 then, huh? That's pretty sweet. All right, that's suspended for 1 more turn. One of my favorite shadow creatures of all time. Want to keep these things going like this. I'll play the other Delver out. I'll attack. So I can snag here and foil in response to stuff. That's what I mean. If you don't like the foil plan over counterspell, this is exactly the kind of thing like, you brew with a list like this and you just, those optimal scenarios only come up when you're already winning. And so I've designed this to be in that kind of, you're going for the throat, you're turning things sideways, you're being aggressive. You can't just be waiting around with untapped islands. What do you do with the extra? Because 3 is plenty for this list, 4 maximum, because then you can hard cast foil. Thank you. Watch YouTube videos weekly. Says it's a number 1. This is the first time I've been able to live stream. It's great to have you with us, my friend. It's a pretty fast show. We're playing Otter Aggro. Woo! Say that 3 times fast. I guess it's not too hard to do. That was about the only card I was just like, yep, that looks fun. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put some stuff on this. Do I just want to counter that? I'll let that go. I'm not too worried about the scenarios here. Sacrifice this to do some stuff. Sacrifice stone. Return target creature from the graveyard to your hand. All right. Sounds fine to me. I got flyers for days here. I'm fine taking 3. This is doable math. And we're hitting for 6 this next turn, maybe 9, maybe 10 with the Vapor Snag. That's brutal. Anything here is good, even an island. I'll do here. Bring out the secrets. See if he's going to rat on us. It does not. Nope. Do that. I'll probably pitch the Spellfist here. Really, the interface used to pop this out immediately. Now it's like tries to make you screw up. Let's do that. Okay. Cast it. People forget those suspend cards have haste. All right, we have to keep these scenarios alive. Do I just want to bounce that? That's not worth 1 damage, is it? Well, it's exactly even damage, isn't it, though? I just feel like we're going to need to keep some shenanigans back this turn. Attack. At this stage of the game, I'm going to hold here. They've got 2 cards. Feels like we've got the game in hand. That Delver flips, it's just over. So we need to protect the board. Riveter's Overlook. Is that the one that gains life? I think it does. Yeah, darn it. That might be a difference maker. Historically, I play this list pretty decently. Do pretty well with it. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent. Jeez. Any permanent. What's going on? Bloodbriar. That's a pretty cool name. Man, that'd be terrifying to see in the woods. There's a soreness here that I don't understand. Sourness here that I don't understand. When the land reaches out to me, I hesitate to reach back. I would too if I was looking at that thing. My goodness. Bloodbriar. Whole lot of damage coming through. We can always block. Can he sacrifice one of those? Given this, we're probably looking at some sort of dispute engine, maybe even Village Rites style, I would imagine. Why the red? Why the red? Fling? Probably. Not sure if I just take this or not. I think I'm going to bounce this. Never mind. See, it's for 11. We'll try to snag this one because it hits harder. They take 1. We've got foil back up, so let's chill out. Taking 5. Bloop. Sometimes bounce can be just the best thing ever. I don't like that. Let's foil that. We'll do this here, say that, this, and I think we'll lose the Spellfist. I can always jump in front of something with this and protect something. That would have kept them alive. If this flips, it's over. Come on. Tell on us, Delver, please. Yes. Woo. And we got back up here. Boink. W there. This is a sack gruel. Or what do you call that? Golgari. We're at 1 hour. We're almost done with our matchups. It's pretty funny. All right, bounce is good. I like me some of this. I don't think we're going to need much of anything else. We could probably lose one of these. We might even be able to lose one of these. It didn't seem like they were messing with us very much. We did see Cryptrat in the first build, but this is a different list. I like this for jumping in front of a 9/9 at instant speed. So let's get rid of 1 mutagenic and go for it. Yeah, if we see that, we might bring in some blasts. Let me see if I can do that now. course, Mutagenic will work there too, as will the Clout. They won't be able to target it, but they might target us. It's so fun running these 3 foils because it just keeps you honest. You have to focus on like hoarding your islands and just waiting for that opportune spell. You can't be wasting it on little dorky things. So yeah, I'd much rather have Hydroblast because I can just target lands. If I have a Spellfist or an Angler out for lethal, I can just cast this at any time, whereas Annul, I have to have a target. And since the target's going to be a red enchantment, I think we're a little bit safer doing it that way. Woo! Boy, it makes you almost want to play 4, doesn't it? Keep this. We'll drop the Delver. Hope for the best. Hope it tells its secrets on us. The Blue Rat. That's what I have always called it on this show. Because it's not telling... it has no secrets. It's like, look at this. Bragging to my friends. I'm showing you where I hide the key to the safe. Mind stab throw with the pie joke. I love it. Hey, what the hell? This is the worst. Oh, this is funny. I think I'm one of the only Pauper players that has a forklift driver's license. Should I just foil this now for tempo? I'm gonna do this here. I don't need these 2. I'll get rid of 2 lands here. Blonk. Flip it over. Don't have any bounce. Just want to get rid of the problem. Say no. Plenty of lands. Felt like the good move here. If we had bounce in my hand, I probably would have let that through. Yeah, when I was talking about all these ups and downs of my career and stuff, I was just getting so tired of not working that I was like, screw it, just go online and take a forklift driver lesson, get some warehouse job somewhere. I was getting kind of desperate to just do something, and I got all certified and everything, and then of course I got like 5 offers in 1 week, and I was waiting like 6 months for the phone to ring on anything, and we'll say yes. I'll do that. I think we're going to keep this island in our hand. Let's go from here. So if we top deck a foil, we'll be able to do the thing here. Yeah, the Quandrix Pride Mage, it's instant or sorcery, but then it also says if you've copied a spell, which makes me think of what you just said there in Chimpskey with Fork. Not many ways of doing that. Other than that, is it Owl Art Spell? Forget what that one is. Something has owls in a library or something like that. Gosh darn it, I can hear my son making a pizza in the distance. It's going to be one of the hottest weeks this week. I'm not complaining. We have it very easy here. We have a nice breeze, and hot here is like 80. And it gets cold in the evenings, but... All right, here we are. Spellfist showing up. I like it. I like it enough for that. Change of plans. I'm going to play this now. Attack. That wedding invitation is getting me nervous. They know we have a snap in our hand. These kind of lists, normally they're pretty resilient to removal, but man, sometimes bounce can just be the thorn in the side. I think a purist or a new person looking at Magic for the first time would be like, why would you want to just put it back in their hand? They'll just replay it, and it's like, there's a thing called tempo. Grogberg. All right. Not quite sure if I like this card, but it does sacrifice something. The Capsule. Yowza. They don't have the mana for it. We've got the Cryptomancer. That's why I wanted to play that 3rd island. In that scenario where they can target one of our creatures. We've got a creature that can grant hexproof and eat up edicts all day long. We've got the foil. I was considering running, the illusion package where you return 2 islands and flip that creature. What's that card called? Some sort of morph dude. So I have to keep 2 of these back. If I draw another land, I'll just hard cast it so we can sit back on foil. But until then, attack! Yeah, should I do it now? Sure. Boink. Let's go. So get all kinds of love here. Well, this might eat up a whole turn, and we've got the Cryptomancer there, so I feel like we'll put a hurting on him here. Fathom Seer, that's the one. And I considered running 2 Spire Golems. I like to say these things so that if somebody, out in the middle of... I found out one of our fans lives in Madagascar. I was like, what? It just blows my mind. So somebody out in the outskirts of Madagascar that likes this list, and they'll listen to the show, and then I'm saving them hours and hours of research. They'll just be like, oh, these are the ones considered, and maybe that's more your style. So I think you'd have to go either... I can't really do anything about that. We did a commercial on this, Brindlebore Burgers, right? I sacrificed for this. Do we have any other commercials on the board? No, just the Brindlebore. Okay. Used to be, about 6 years ago, this was one of the best sideboard cards for gaining life. Then they started just printing things like Weather the Storm and womp. One of your fans lives in a movie. All right, we've got the thing, Julie. Do we want to trip the boar? Just do it. If we do that, we have to get rid of the... We can't do that. So this is a useless thing here. So I'm just going to attack. I think that's right? I mean, I guess I could Cryptomancer for that, but I need to save that. That capsule is going to do something nasty here. So yeah, we've got that and the snap. We're good. Yeah, rewind. Almost nobody plays it. It's so brilliant. Tap up to 4 lands. There's a Saga and Destiny. Man, they they had way too many people that thought like me in those blocks. It's like, how can we make games over on turn 2 or 3? Everybody will like that, right? That's strange how these islands have this slight like border edge to them. Like, and then if you look at like foil in my graveyard, it's just dead black. Mutagenic's just dead black, but there's a slight, like they cut it out of a cardboard or something, right? I could foil this, but I'm going to let this go. I was considering that because then they can't trip this to do that, but that's just a 1-turn solution. And if they have any natural answer after that, I can't really do the Cryptomancer move here. They're hurting on tempo. They still got the capsule move via the treasure token. All right. They're going to kill the Spellfist. What's going down here? Love me some Spellfist. Here's the other, I call her Granny Choji from Naruto. The other prowess lady, the elder. But she doesn't really have any evasion, so I'll leave her be. One of the most sorrowful and just heartfelt anime moments was when Sasori in Naruto, he's this puppet master dude, and oh God, I don't want to spoil it. It's worth watching the series just for that character arc, but he's a bad guy, but then you learn his backstory and the way he meets his demise and how it mimics how he was kind of turned dark. Oh, gives me the chills every time. I love it. Now we can sit back on that. We can do this. We can snap. We can do all kinds of stuff. We hit for 5. They eat 4. I can still do the thing. If I snap it and they sacrifice it. So we're going to do the snap thing so that they have to sacrifice. Is that right? No, because then I can't do that. Alrighty. Yeah, that's the best. Those are the best characters, right? Mind Stab, when you kind of understand the enemy. Those are always cool like that. If I snap that really, they sacrifice. We can't untap. We're just going to attack here. Get him down there. I've never been a big fan of Basking Root Wall. Even in the new list, it's without the green support, and even with it, it's a fast deck that's eating your mana early. Only good like when you're kind of winning and such. I don't know. Just never been a fan of that. I can't let that go. I've got to let this go through. That's fine. And, you know, when it's at its purest form and they're just discarding for value, it's like you're getting a 1/1. It's like, okay. I mean, you can make an edict argument here and there, but if the opponent doesn't have any evasion and you're blocking 5/5s, I get it. That's pretty cool. But I think I snap EOT here. Or do I even need to? I don't even need to. Yeah, I'd rather get the power up on the Spellfist here. And do it on our turn. I believe this is the good move here. We'll snap here. That'll make this lethal. Can always Cryptomancer for the last bit if he trips that capsule. We'll do this here. And we'll attack for the win. I sacrifice the boar. Yeah, it's frustrating. I hope they do the capsule first here. Okay. We'll do the thing here. Just seem to have it all right now. We'll do that. Now we've got counterspell backup. They do have cast down math here. I think they would have done it in response had they had it. There's 6. If the board goes bye-bye, we still got them, and we still have a counterspell here. Draw a card. Crunch. We headed for Wville. Woo! All right. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to roll the one commercial just so we don't just blitzkrieg through this whole show. And we'll run one of my favorite, hardest edits of all time. This is when a new set of cards comes out. I've probably played this 3 times over the years. People get that new card smell. And I made a fake set of Magic cards that comes out in like 2042 with all craziness and stuff like that. So I'm going to get some more coffee, use the restroom, be right back for the last round right after this. Woo!
First up on our predictions for the banned and restricted list for 2042 should come as no surprise. Barns of Burning. There is a reason this card has become the bane of the Pauper format, spawning tier 1 decks like Barns, Burning Hound, and Super Dummy just to name a few. Wizards would be crazy to let Barn continue to burn in the Pauper metagame, and we predict it will be banned come Monday. Our ban prediction? 97%. Next on our ban prediction may come as a surprise to some non-tournament regulars out there, but grinders will all rejoice once it's banned. That card is Corvid Contract. Intent decks have dominated Magic since the mid-30s, and this decade is no different. The contract's ability to create non-specified tokens has been abused recently and caused a surge in Corvid casualties not seen since the days of Hitchcock. While some would argue this card is nothing without bird seedlings, it has proven itself too powerful in a format dominated by intent sorceries. Our ban prediction? 82%. Third on our ban prediction list is Graveborn Gunner. While Courtyard proved too powerful in recent expansions, Courtyard 2 seems just right. Some would argue too right. While Courtyard decks only see play in casual rooms, the additional ability causing target player to be unable to receive puts this right in the banning crosshairs. This card would be great even without the receive ability. With it, we predict it won't be around too long. Our ban prediction? 60%. And if they don't do it this quarter, for sure it will be banned in early 43. Surprised this card is 4th on our list? Well, you shouldn't be. Ever since R&D made that awful Care Bears expansion back in 26, Cute has been on the menu. The good news is that tardigrades have proven to be a fan favorite. The obvious bad news is that Super Reach is always and was always broken beyond repair. Add to that, it has protection from Lignin. You can't go one round in a tournament without seeing some form of Lignin in the player's mana. Our ban prediction? 47%. Cute is on its way out. Last on our ban list is relatively new to tournament play. Get it? But seriously, quantum jokes aside, this card single-handedly made White Weenie triple in strength and potency, and for the last 9 years, quantum decks have been White's domain. Many have suggested this card should be upgraded to a rare given the surge in Goro prices. While we agree, we also agree this card should and will eventually be banned, just not this time around. Sorry, Yivmi players, your sideboards will continue to suffer the wrath of quantum for the time being. Get it? Sorry, bad joke. Our ban prediction? 31%. So there you have it, our ban prediction list for the upcoming 2042 Pauper ban list. What do you think will be banned in 2042? Comment in the chat, and thanks for watching Pauperganda.
And we're back. Let me double check here. Yeah, there's that guy. I'm keeping a very iffy hand here. I just love me some Clout of Dominus. It's the last round. Let's see. Worst we're going to do is a 3-2. All right, we'll lead off with a Delver. Hopefully we just draw into an island. I was on the draw, and I've got a really low curve here, so I wanted to go all in with that. Let's see here. Consider it. Consider the following. If we don't draw another land here, this is just like an auto loss probably. It's the most probable thing. Got 2 turns to do it. Let's go. Clout the Dominatrix. Maybe put the Clout on there depending on what other color we see. This looks like some sort of serpent variant, so the skies should be clear. But spell, pierce, snare, whatever is a thing. This is why I love suspend as well, because you kind of get around that, right? Boink. Clout of Dominus. No. All right, that's enough Dominus, please. All 4 of them. Yeah, if they got a snap or something, we're kind of screwed here, but we're just hurting for things to do, so we're going to do it. And we don't really even care if this gets spell pierced. Snap would be brutal. That's the idea, Mind Stab. Because then it's a 5/5 haste with Shroud. Pretty. This game's over. It's like the worst thing that could have happened there. Lose all tempo. We're out of mana. Boink. At least we're going to get free intel on our opponent. We really need to see an island here. They give us an opening. The correct play might be unflip Delver with Clout 1/2 so we can get around any sort of shenanigans. They've shown us bounce. This looks like a mono blue, just a control list. Probably got some serpents headed our way. We don't have too many creatures to really get in the way of things, I'm going to lead off with the Infiltrator because we just feel that they're just sitting on counterspell. It's like, haha, have fun losing tempo. That way in 2 turns when it comes back through, we might have foil backup plan to at least fight for its right to party. Me too, Chimpskey. Pretty sure this is a terror list, and we have fallen way too far behind. They're at 20, we're at 20, and they can take us in chunks of 4. I felt like such a jerk yesterday. There was of course, I was playing pickleball. There was this old timer, and I was kind of giving them some notes. And, a lot of times people can barely even move, but they're out there for exercise. So what are you going to do? I'm not going to fault them for not being athletic. But we were playing, and I was giving them little tips and tricks and stuff because I've been taking so many lessons, and I like to impart stuff when I can because I would love that, right? Who doesn't want, it's not my advice. It's like advice from like the pro that I listen to. And I swore it was his family was like picking on him, and in pickleball, like whoever the weaker player is, people just bombard him. And I hit the ball like 1 time, and it was 0-10. I swore it was, and we lost, and then they went their own ways, and then I left. And then I found out that it was 0-7, and so I looked like a bad sport, like I just left, and I was like, oh my God, no. And even though they're strangers, it was still made me feel bad, but so I apologized when I could, and there we go. All right, well, we've got all kinds of things to do. Let's bring out a Delver, and we'll dominate it. Is that real? Domination, because we've got foil back up now, and we want to get rid of another Clout. No one expects this, folks. Guess we'll do the thing. It sucks if they've got another one. We'll get rid of this and this. Boink. Do you have another Spell Pierce? Then I'll feel really dumb. Cool. It worked. And we do nothing. Lock the door. It's Dominus. Dominus Pizza. To your door in under 5 minutes, or it's free. Ask about our no shroud guarantee. Dominus Pizza. If this card was in like the top tier list and it just came out, I would consider doing that. But it's even his face looks like slices of pizza almost. Something wicked this way comes. All right. Well, we're going to hopefully be able to snap and dominate. We'll do the thing, do the thing. We don't like that. I really considered running Mystic in this list. It still might be correct. 1 or 2, maybe even over the foil plant. I don't know. Woo. Does it have pineapple on it? All right. Anything here is good. Let's go. We're probably going to need to lean on this being a blocker and focus on our core getting through here. Let's flip, please. Nope. All right, that's fine. This dude comes out. We're good to go. We've got... Hiya. I kind of want to bounce this dude just for this sheer tempo so that they have to waste a whole another turn and just set that out and do the thing, right? All right, so we've got an island. I'm going to throw this on here. Boop. While we can. We'll get into some free damage here. Bloop. When this flips, I can at least trade here or block the little tokens all day long. Right now, I just want to get in 6. Unless they got a Mutagenic or some surprise. Yeah, this is match 5. Big blue. We lost to Hexproof. It was way closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought we'd get blown out. And we actually had a fight. It was down to one life. We beat Eldrazi. Black Control, a Black Sack Golgari variant. Now we're up against Big Blue. So we might go 4-1. It's one of those lists, you know, it's right on the verge of you could take it to a league and maybe get a 3-2 win. Or if you got real good rolls, you might be able to get a 4-1 win. Spell Pierce showing up. See, it's a blue rat, I tell you. There's no secrets. They just told on themselves. We know they've got a Spell Pierce. They're outside of a life gain here. I think I'm just going to sit back and block. That might get really hard really fast. Yikes. We just want to draw creatures at this moment. Spell Pierce in their hand. We take 3. It's going to be 13. Wow. I don't know if we can race. Please flip. Yes. Good times. All right. Now can we survive? That's 15. We attack here. Now they'll be doing 15 if I do this here. That's 8. I think we have to do it, right? We can pay for the oh, they both have Shroud. I'm screwed. Walked right into my own trap here. Normally, it's a thing. We do 8. I'll probably have to keep back the insect here. Dead draw. Shroud is not hexproof. Something I continually fall for. 8 damage. It's going to be close, folks. Good news, we'll have a blocker. Bad news, we're going to probably need 2 blockers. Spell Pierce only does the creature thing. Really going to have to lean on that. That's probably the last time the insect attacks. Mono blue rats and Pauper? Stranger than fiction. Okay. Minus Shroud, that would have been the win. 13 damage coming our way. At this stage, they've got to be really wary of bounce. There's the Mystic sitting behind. They must have nothing but like an island, maybe another Spell Pierce. We've already seen 2. Clout doing some work. I'm going to need some creatures to get in the way of those terrors. Wow. No, I mean, that's like too much respect, man. Maybe they just misclicked. Or they don't know how Shadow works. So now you're just dead. Hiya. Love me some Shadow. True Evasion. Horsemanship. There's another one. never see people with that. It's just as good as Shadow because nobody plays with it. I had a Dark Ritual Horsemanship list with Black Shadow creatures and Bone Splitters and stuff. And on paper, you think, like, man, that's lightning fast. That should work. It always seems to fall short. They have to kill us this turn. They got a Spell Pierce to do it. And we can just block one of the fatties. I almost made the hugest screw up. So I was looking at the Angler Otter, and then I thought, oh, hey, check out the, oh, darn it, what's that thing called? It's a 2/2 flyer with prowess. Is it mana? It's one, a blue, and a red. And it's a flyer, and I had it in there, and I had no red sources. My mind saw the hybrid symbol and not the either or. So I was like, what? But if I was to add red to this, that's probably where I would go with it, right? Boink. I think they just realized they lose. Right now it's Otter Aggro. They are drawing cards. I think this is just a last-ditch effort to thing. Yeah, Bloodwater Entity. That's the one. So I had it for Pauper Classic Tuesday. I had it loaded up, and I was like, oh my God, like 5 minutes before it, I was just like, can I even cast that? I can't. They can do 14 to us. I guess we'll just do this here. Sure, we'll block here. Just trade these off. What's they got? Some spell I've never heard of, like a Lotus Petal Curfew would save them here. Yeah, here we go. Shroud's a very safe feeling. We're doing the thing, as my card implies. A lot of W's. A lot of W's. Woo! Might as well not show them. We've seen some birds. Definitely going to bring in that. Hey, guess we could play the Relic engine. I got to be really careful of overboarding here. I guess we could get rid of mutagenics. We're not really worried about Oh, come on. All right. They're mad that our list beat their list. Call that a W. We'll go to a 6 here just for the sake of sportsmanship. But if there's another quitter, I'm going to call it a short one today. We're only at about an hour and a half. I'll say yes here. I'll leave you guys hanging. Cool hand. Keep this. Cool hand, Luke. Yeah, Resculpt's one of those cards. It's like, okay, what do you lose in this list to play it, right? Maybe the foils. It's probably the most frustrating. Frustrating is the wrong word. Irritating is too strong of a word. But when you build as many lists as I do, so many times people are like, have you thought about blank? And it's like, that's fine. But always please add what you would take out, because anybody can do that all day long. You know, it's like, hey, you like Reuben sandwiches? Yeah, I thought of adding 10 tons of pineapple and all this other things that are technically good onto it. It's like, yeah, but then it's not really a Reuben sandwich, or it's not this, or what are you taking away? I digress. What is going on in the chat here? Show chat. Are they here? This is frustrating. We'll leave. That was boring. Create. Let's go. That was a good hand too, but I'm not going to stare at an empty screen here. The shadow creatures. Dreamer Stinger, you need to play this list more. That's sometimes the only way we win. There's a lot of flyers in the format now. It's probably my favorite card in the list, even over the makeshift Tempest Angler. While we wait, we'll check the list out here. A lot of evasion, a lot of ways to bounce stuff, keep things safe, but evasion is the key. Sometimes, as we saw, this doesn't trip Delver, and it can get a little clunky. But, you know, with the prowess triggers and stuff, we don't really have to target specific things. We can always target our opponents in a pinch, too, if they can't block it, right? That's some trippy artwork. And it's like a Ankylosaurus almost, the thing that guy is turning into. Brutal. Woo. Take out Bloodwater entities and put in Grey Merchant. Yeah, for the longest time, this was Ponder. But there's just those times when this is just a massive thing, or you've got the combo and you throw Vapor Snag on it first, and then you swing over for like 7 unblocked. It's just brutal. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. For the last match, we'll be back next week. We've got the thing. We got a 2/3 bounce 1. Technically, we curve out. We'll keep 1 mana too many is exactly how I planned it. Let's hope for the best. Uh-oh. Here's our worst matchup. Probably just sit back on 1 and bounce it just to gain tempo, and hopefully they trip something in the meantime. That's why we love us some Vapor Snag. Too many lands. Want to see a foil pretty soon here with this hand. I love the Pawn Prophet. Man, Bloomburrow has some great flavor. I just love the feel of that world. It's good times. All right, what do we got here? Does this get haste too? No. Is it worth the 1? I do believe it is. You take 1, we'll take 1. Boing. This way. Take 1 less overall. All right. We got good stuff here. We'll suspend here. Consider maybe bringing that Infiltrator, the second one, out, especially if I draw Clout or a foil. That Tempest Angler gets over. In this build, probably a 4/4. We're going to be safe. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Legit propaganda question. Penguin Wrangler says, I'm looking up and I don't see. Sorry, I missed the question there. If I can maybe reprint it. Are you excited? Add 2 advisors to the petitioners. Not so much. Which one in is it the for 2? I don't know if that would make the cut. That 1 mana one's so awesome anyway. And I'm always tempted to just keep adding more and more petitioners. They're such good blockers, and in the format they're hard to get rid of because of that 3 backside. All right. It's a pretty good start as far as we're not like in the single digits, which can very often happen with these styles. Let's go. Yeah, I get that it's an advisor. I just I know that's about the only thing it fits. I like the card. I just don't know. I'd have to look at the list and see how it feels. My initial hunch is no. I'm going to play the core here for this reason. The next one's going to come out next turn, and if they have removal, maybe they have 1 mana available and they do it, and we top deck our Cloud or a foil, we're in good shape. So I'm going to play a little bit of a slow game here. Just do that. Exactly. And Chimpskey said it all. What would you take out? And if your answer is more advisors, you'd be surprised how often you don't have enough, even when you play like 13 or 14 main when people are on your plan. We didn't do too well with that the last time. The time before that, we did really well. I think we went 4-1, but the last one, I think we went like a 2-3. Just a lot of removal in the format, even when you go that redundant with stuff. But it's a fun list. It's definitely a very good way to build mill. I advise you to try it out. Yes, we might. There's never a time on turn 2 I don't want to see this Infiltrator. That's why I run 4. It just comes out with haste 2 turns. It's so much value. One of the more efficient creatures. All right, that works out good. Interesting. We can play the land now. I guess we attack. We might be able to outrace them if they don't have anything to say about this. Cryptomancer's really been feeling good in this list. Seems to show up. We have 3 of them. They seem to show up right when we need them. All right. I think I'll wait. Feels like, yeah, but if they would have killed it, they would have done it. But if I bring out the Angler now, it's completely naked. I'm gonna chill. We're gonna have 6 damage on the board next turn. They're gonna really be kind of fighting. They might draw into removal right here. They're just so naked without being able to pump that Angler up. Getting very lucky here. We haven't seen any sacrificial artifacts show up yet, so we're just taking shock damage every turn. It's not that bad. Okay, here comes our other dude. We're going to be able to outrace if this tempo keeps up. This is really getting me scared. Maybe they're just super flooded. Maybe like us, they added... They probably took out lands at that rate, right? Okay, we'll attack first. It's nice having double angler out. Just have no spells to really power this dude out here, man. Bam! Getting a 6. You've got to have some removal, right? No? Wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We'll bring out the angler. Never casted one this naked before. Usually got some sort of spell. The only thing we've got is creatures and lands in our hands, though. Are we still talking of one mind for the advisor list? There's a lot of humans in that. All right, what are they targeting here? Us? That's scary. Do they have just enough to just kill us here? It was only 2 damage. Okay. 3 cards left. It's almost nice to see the efficient red everything costs 1 mana deck stumble a little bit and not have like a great draw, but this feels like a bushwhacker headed our way. A grenade. Okay. Let that through. I think I have to block here. I think I gotta go crypto block. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me do here. He's probably gonna kill the angler. We've already seen grenade. We take this, even a bolt kills us, so I'm get rid of the problem here. Be nice if some of our bounce showed up, but whatever. So this way we take 1, and even a goblin grenade doesn't kill us. Really feels like they have a grenade. Well, that's an interesting way to flip it. It's like, give it to you the right way. please consider. Just playing their outs in that scenario, right? Vapor Snag. Woo! 1, 2, 3. Let's do the thing. 1, 2, 2. No reason to show them that island. Make them think it's something awesome. Keep this dude back for a block. We'll just run in here and go for it. However, I think playing the island's a good move here because I can bounce my own Cryptomancer and play it for a anti-kill spell here. So I should have done that before combat. Take 6. And we will board in a plethora of other blasts. We're going to play this for what I was just talking about. So now I can Vapor Snag my own dude, counter something. Let's not forget the Tempest Angler. I doubt they're going to be targeting removal at our creatures, but it's nice to have that out. Next game's going to be a blast. Very well said. We're at 5. Rebirth. Okay. They're hellbent now, though. We just got him dead. Because of our shadow creatures. We just had the other. It wouldn't matter. Gotta love you some shadow. We'll say just RDW. I'm lazy when I fight that list. It's just there's so many variants of it. Truth coming in. Oh, all right. 2 quitters, too many for me. we're going to call that at a 4-1, even though we went 5-1, guys. And I have to go back in time. I've been doing that, finding people that are quitting on the stream, and it's frustrating because you have to go like them. You have to find their name, like them, and then right-click on the like, and then say block this user, and then unlike them. It's very convoluted. I've emailed them a few times. You used to be able to right-click on somebody's name and say block, so you don't have to run into crap like that, but whatever. Anyway, so this is formerly known as Blue Blitz, but wanted to change the moniker here via the Tempest Angler. Who doesn't like this cute little dude, right? Little otter good times. We've got some lot of things to do. If you like to be proactive and play blue, this is kind of your list. This is an aggro version of control. Tempo for sure. Really liking the numbers here. The old what would you learn is usually what we roll to now, but I'm really liking this list as it sits now. I might want to find one more just because we ran into hexproof, right? Maybe room for one more Annul. Could probably maybe lose one Campfire. I'm not sure. Reds are a problem, but we just won the very first game there. But again, they didn't have the most optimal draw. If you remember the first 3 or 4 turns there, could have easily been in the single digits, and we were just taking 2, 2, 2, and we had plenty of time to build up there. So, the option screen right down the list. Oh, my block list. I don't know if there's a lot of people because I've been playing for so long. What is this? We have, where is it? Dual settings, policy agreement. I'm not quite sure where that's at. Is it, let me see. I really don't remember where that's at. Buddies Clan, it used to show that stuff all the time. Oh, block list. Here we go. Ready? Can I open this up? I can't. This is where we go here. Somebody wants to record the screen and go really slow in the future. And some of these might be well over 10 years old or might not even be accounts anymore. But yeah, these are the people that just, have hateful speech or, are quitters. Most of them are quitters or just, get really mad at stuff. Dissonance is a great player. He's just really kind of super negative and just been always like really just super negative. And I'm not saying they're not a good player. They're a great player. They're always trophying. And when I used to play tournaments all the time, we'd always butt heads, but just got tired of kind of the give and go. You come here to enjoy yourself, right? So I'm all for confronting people on stuff like that. But if somebody's just super toxic, it's just like, make your life easier, block them, keep moving, and smile all the way to the bank. Woo! So anyway, that's Otter Aggro. A lot better name than Blue Blitz. I don't know. The alliteration's got to go in the other way around. But we'll be back next week. If you got a list, please keep it to one that you really have focused on and done a lot of homework on and believe in. And if you've done that, then feel free to send it to pauperganda@gmail.com. We'll look it over. Can't promise we're going to play it right away. Sometimes we do. A lot of times we don't. Sometimes it's 4 weeks away or when the theme hits a little bit more closer to home. But till then, we'll be back next week with hopefully something really cool. And be good times. I'll be online probably a lot tomorrow. Not so much today. We've got company and I got pickleball all day. So anyway, y'all enjoy. Have at it. And I guess we'll go out with kids' drawings. This is one of my favorites too that it's pretty funny to look at. Adios, everybody.